answer one of our wonders from today? Natalia?
I could answer Jordan.
Okay, so what was Jordan's wonder?
Why was people following other people's tracks?
Yes.
Because they didn't want to fall down.
How could it help them from falling down if they were following other people's tracks?
Because if you follow other people's tracks, you won't fall and you'll know where you're going.
Okay, who can add to Natalia's answer? Why else might following other people's tracks help? Sarah?
It's super easy because even the teacher said follow my footprints, and when I went following my dad said follow these footprints.
Okay,
And
why do you think that works?
Because there's holes and there's nowhere for you to go down.
Oh, okay. Who can answer then another wonder? So why were there more students there? Why people fell in the snow? And why there was a lot of ice? Who thinks they can answer one of the other wonders? Cody, which wonder? Oh, tree. Okay, so you have a new wonder. Hold on to that one. We could do that one after. Who can answer one of our other ones? Because I think with some thinking, we might be able to solve these wonders.
There's lots of snow because it's winter.
Okay, and that could be true, but it asked here, why do you think there was a lot of ice?
Because it's winter, and when there's snow, the snow falls down, and then when it gets really, really cold, the snow turns into ice.
Is that what happens?
No.
Because I don't remember all the snow from before always turning into ice, but this was really icy snow. I wonder if anyone knows. Jordan?
Because snow doesn't turn into ice. Water, if you leave a bucket of water out in the snow and it's snowing.
Yes?
When the water gets really cold, it someday it will turn into ice.
But hold on a minute. Where did we get a whole, that whole area at Lee Academy was huge, was covered in icy snow. So where did we possibly get all that water from? Where did we get all that water from?
The rain.
What rain?
Rain.
Well, I think Aiden's on to something. What rain, Aiden?
Wait.
The one, sorry?
The one that comes upstairs, not from the bucket.
Oh, but when do we have rain? Mariana?
We don't have rain. It's just when the snow falls down on the ground a couple days later, it gets very cold and then it turns into ice.
Except not all snow, not all. What do you mean it turns to water? When does snow turn to water, Samuel?
That's why I put it in the bucket and I see it turn into water.
How does snow turn to water?
When it rains on a day.
But what if I've seen snow inside that turns to water? What makes it turn to water?
It melts and then it's all watery and it's ice, and then the next time it melts it's all gone, and then more snow comes and it does the same thing, and then when it melts and it's summer.
So what happened?
Then the snow is all gone and that's when stuff stops melting.
So hold on a minute. when did it start? Because I don't really remember that melting time yesterday. But what happened yesterday that might have made that icy snow? Cody, what happened?
Because when the ice snow was piling up and it was falling down.
Right. Why were we getting freezing rain yesterday and not snow? Did we have freezing rain yesterday and not snow? Any ideas why? Mariana?
Because it was spitting?
But when it spits in summertime, do we get freezing rain? No, we get...
Because it's winter.
So what was different then about yesterday and summer? Because it's not like the clouds have a forecast. They don't know the seasons, do they? Do they know that it's like winter time?
No.
What makes it though come as freezing rain and not just as regular rain? Dibia?
Because the water is frozen and it starts to snow a bit. It's like a snowishy rain.
Oh, why do you think though that it came down as snowish, I like that word, rain, the freezing rain, instead of as snow?
It's cool.
But if it was really cold, what happens?
It turns into ice. No. Sometimes it turns into snow.
So hold on, what makes it turn sometimes into snow and sometimes into ice? What's the difference? What's the difference in that temperature? What's the difference in the temperature?
Ice makes snow.
Does ice make snow?
Ice makes water.
Ice does make water, but what happens when snow melts? What does it do?
Makes water.
It does. So then how do the clouds know that sometimes we need snow, sometimes we need freezing rain, and sometimes we need regular rain? What makes that difference?
I know it makes a difference because I knew that there was a storm last night and that's why all the snow came down.
But sometimes we just have snow. But did we just have snow last night?
No.
What else did we have?
We had rain.
We had and not just regular rain. What kind of rain?
Cold rain and,
Yeah.
and it's like it knows it feels it like it knows when it's hot because it feels it.
So hold on. Was it yesterday hot and that's why we got the freezing rain?
No, but then I was gonna say, and when it's cold, it knows that we need cold rain.
But then how does it know that we need snow? This is an interesting question. We had, let's think here like a big thermometer. Who's seen a thermometer before? Okay, and a big thermometer, does anyone know what a thermometer measures?
How cold it is and how hot it is.
Right, and there's a word for that. Does anyone know what the word is for how cold and hot? There's one word, and it starts with a T sound.
Technology.
Technology is another T word, but it's not the word exactly for that. Do you know what it is, Jordan?
Temperature.
You got it. So this is our thermometer. And the thermometer measures.
My dad has a thermometer on his fish tank.
Yeah.
And my dad said if the water,
Yes.
if the thermometer goes down to the blue
Yeah.
section, it's too cold, and if it goes up to the red section, it's too hot. But if it goes to the yellow section, then it's just right because if you wanna keep your fish alive, you have to make sure it's in not too cold or not too hot.
Okay, now you know what, Jordan? I'm wondering if we can use the same idea as we think about the snow, the rain, and the freezing rain. Because here's the thermometer. There's a special number, a special degrees, that is like our magic one when it comes to telling what comes as rain, what comes as snow, and what comes as freezing rain. This is the number. 0. When it gets really, 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 really cold, it goes below 0. Those are special numbers. Those numbers are called negative numbers. They have a minus sign beside them. So it could be like -1, minus
2, -3, -4, -5.
and so on. Who's looked at the weather network before to see the temperature? And when it got to like -30 degrees, what did it feel like outside? It was freezing. When it gets down to these minus numbers here, what comes out of the sky when it starts, when those clouds come and it starts to do something? And it's actually a special word called precipitation. Precipitation is the big adult word for rain, snow, and freezing rain. And when that precipitation happens, and it's in the minuses, what do we get? Do we get rain? Do we get snow? Or do we get freezing rain when it gets really cold like that?
Freezing? I think so. It might be snow or freezing rain.
So you thought it was one of the two.
I think
Okay. How did you know it wasn't rain?
Well, rain like spring.
Yes?
And so, in spring, one time it rained and it didn't look like snow, and it wasn't even like, and it didn't even feel like water.
It didn't. So watch. So if that's the case then, if these are the negative numbers, then this side above 0 becomes the positive numbers. So it's like the number, sometimes it's shown with a plus sign, but we can write it even without a plus sign. It's like the numbers we see over there. So it'd be like +1, plus
2, +3, +4, +5, +6.
and so on. So we know that when it's up here, and actually I guess I should draw it like more like rain dots. We know we get rain. When it gets warm, we're getting rain from those clouds.
Even in summer.
Even in the summertime.
Miss, that's
But
yellow beside-
what
you
happens?
should put yellow beside this yellow.
I could. You know what? If I had another color in front of me here, I might actually do that.
A crayon, maybe.
That would be good thinking. I'll circle it because I didn't have one. But if we know this is rain, we have to decide, when it gets that super cold, what was coming down from the sky? So when it was getting like -5, -6, -7, -8, what did we see coming down from the sky?
I saw, when I was walking to school,
Yeah.
the next day, I saw, rain, ice cubes.
Okay. Yeah.
Down from the sky, and it was hitting my head, and, it was like a triangle,
Yeah.
and, they hit my head, and it had one drop of water inside of them.
Yeah.
And I saw ice cubes coming down from the sky.
Okay, so I have a question. When you were coming like that, was it really, 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 really cold? Or was it just a little bit cold?
It was dust, it was dust in the medium.
Okay, so maybe that gives us a clue. When it gets really, really, really cold, what do we see coming from the sky? When those clouds open up and it's really cold, what's coming out of those clouds? What kind of precipitation? Aiden?
Snow.
You got it. When it's in these minuses, we're getting snow. But when Jordan said it was kind of in the middle, he gave us a clue for the freezing rain. You usually get freezing rain right around when the temperature is, when it's like,
I think I know how all the ice was gone there.
how?
Because when the rain comes down
Yes,
and the sun comes up,
yes,
the sun melted all the snow, and then it makes water,
yes,
and then when it snows again,
Yeah.
all of the snow comes back, and then that water
yes,
comes on the snow,
yes,
and then the sun comes up, and then it melts all of the water, and then the water gets freezing cold, and then it makes ice.
So, yesterday and today, we had all that freezing rain coming last night, right? And then what started to happen to our temperature? Did it get warmer or colder?
Colder.
It did get a little bit colder. And then what started to happen today? But as it got colder, what happened this morning? It got warmer. And so we had all that freezing rain which made ice. Then we had a little bit of freezing. We had a little bit of melting. We had more snow. And we ended up with very, very, very icy.
No, that couldn't help.
And so, I guess,
So they didn't get buckets of water and pour water on the snow to make ice.
no,
Or the rain didn't come down and make ice.
no.
The rain come down.
And I think it did. You've got it. So it was really the rain and the freezing rain that made it. It was like the clouds.